Hi guys, I'm Eunice from Onspo and Big Studio. So today I'll be presenting to you a tutorial setup video of our Fluorescent Studio System Package D. So this is a 2-set kit, which means every item that you see here today will come in sets of 2. So basically you will get two 50x70 floral boxes, you will get 8 bulbs, you will get 2 diffusers, you will get 8 metal rods, and you will get 2 1.9 meter light stands. So the first step for setting up this package is to set up the 1.9 meter light stand. So as you can see, there are 3 knobs here. So the first thing to do is to loosen the first knob from the bottom. So once you loosen it a bit, you can open the legs slightly. And once the legs are open slightly, you can change the stand to this angle and push down from this side. Try to not use too much force and do not tug on the legs or the connecting parts. Just push from this side, and if you want to keep it, then you just pull it up. So once you have gotten your preferred angle of your stand base, tighten this screw to hold it in place. There you go. So you can lengthen the pole first before moving on to the next step. So how to do that? You can loosen the second knob from the bottom, which is this one, the middle one. Loosen it a bit and pull up. Just gently pull up. Then according to your height, see how high you want it to go. Then once it's at your preferred position, tighten the screw and it will stay in place. So the second step would be to assemble the bulb holder. So as you can see, the bulb holder comes with 2 knots. So what you can do is you can loosen the knob at the bottom, and after loosening it, you can place it to the top of the stand. So, okay, once it cannot go in any further, hold the bulb holder in place by tightening the screw at the back. And there you have it, the bulb holder will stay in place. Okay, so the next step is to assemble the floral box. So it looks a bit flimsy now because the metal rods are not inserted yet, but it would stay in shape once the metal rods are inserted in the next few steps. So as you can see, this is the wider side and this is the narrower side. So what we have to do now is we have to place the narrower side onto the bulb holder, so the wider side would face towards you. So what you have to do first is you have to open the Velcro parts to make sure that they are open. Okay, and what you have to do now is you have to place the narrower side onto the bulb head. So it will be a bit flimsy. Yeah, so it should be facing you like that. So once you set this in place, you can just let it go to the ground. So now we will be assembling the metal rods. So first we will assemble the 2 metal rods on the top. Okay, so there are sockets on the bulb holder. So you will take this end, the more cylindrical end, and insert it into the socket. So after inserting this side, we will take another metal rod, and with the same cylindrical end, we will insert it into another socket on the other side of the bulb head. So on this end of the socket, with this cylindrical end, push it in tightly. Okay. Use a little force so that it would not fall. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the floral box up from the ground and insert it into the metal rods. So when you lift it up, make sure that all the Velcro sides are open for easy assembly. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to insert the other end of the metal rod into the Velcro socket at the corner of the floral box. So just open it a little and tuck the other end in, just like that. And we'll move on to the other side. So the other end of the metal rod, into the Velcro socket, just like that. So after assembling the top two rods, now we'll move on to assembling the bottom two. So the bottom two might be a little more trickier to insert. You might need to use a little more force than the first two rods. But anyway, we'll give it a try. Okay, so first for the third rod, insert this side into the Velcro socket first. Okay, and this side into the back socket of the bulb holder. So now we'll move on to inserting the last rod. So the last rod will need a lot of force, but no matter what, we'll give it a try. So it's advisable that the last rod is to be inserted from the back to the front instead of like the first three rods where you go from the front to the back. So I'll show you how in a minute. So first you have to prepare the rod like that and insert it in. Okay, so like the first three rods, we inserted it into the Velcro socket first, but for the last rod, we will insert it into the back socket into the bulb holder first. So you will need to use a lot of force for this. So insert like that. Okay, and you'll see that I haven't inserted this side of the rod into the Velcro socket yet, so it's still hanging out like that. But now we'll move on to inserting this end into the Velcro socket. Now this is the really hard part. So you really have to tug at it a lot, but if you tug at it hard enough, you will get it in. So pull this side a little bit. Make sure that the Velcro socket is open wide enough. And insert it in. So if you can see from the demonstration just now, I really needed to use a lot of force. But if you can't get it in the first time, it's okay. Tug at it harder so it will go in the second time. So now we'll stick the 4 Velcros back into place so that the floral box will form a nice rectangular shape. So after the Velcros are back into place, you can heighten the pole of the stand a bit by turning this knob. Or you can heighten the pole to any height of your preference. No matter what, just tighten it in the end so that it will stay at the height you want. So the next step would be to insert the bulbs into the bulb socket. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing gloves. So this is to prevent the oil, sweat and dirt from our palms from damaging the fluorescent section of the bulb, because this section of the bulb is very fragile. So it's advisable to hold this section of the bulb when you are handling it, or if you want extra protection, you can wear gloves like me. So after that, you put it into the socket and twist. Make sure you twist it tight enough so that electricity will go through and the bulb will light up. So after you're done with one, you can insert the next 3 bulbs. Okay. So just another little reminder, remember to screw the bulbs tight enough so that electricity can go through and the bulbs will light up, or else the bulbs will not light up if you do not screw tight enough. So okay, so now we've assembled all 4 bulbs and connected it to a power source. So now I'll show you the full effect if all 4 bulbs are turned on. So there are 2 switches at the back, so just flip both switches on. So this is when one switch is flipped on, 2 bulbs light up. And when you flip the second switch, all 4 bulbs light up. So this is the final effect from this Fluorobox package. Okay, so one little reminder, make sure to tighten your bulbs so that it can get electricity and it can light up, or else it will not light up. So I'll show you a demonstration with one bulb loosened and it will not light up. So for a better illustration, I will turn off one side. Okay, as you can see, these two bulbs are bright. Okay. But what if this bulb is loosely screwed? So as you can see, this bulb does not light up even though the switch is on. So if you ever come across a situation where you flip the switch on, it's connected to a power source, but a bulb still does not light up, try tightening the bulb. And it will light up. So I'll turn it on again, all four bulbs, for you to see the final effect. So now that we're done with inserting the bulbs, we'll hang on the diffuser onto the Fluorobox now. So the function of the diffuser is actually to soften the harsh lighting, because without a diffuser you will get very harsh lighting from these four bulbs. But it all depends on the effect of photographs that you want to achieve. So anyhow, the diffuser is hung on to the Fluorobox with 4 velcros. There's 1 velcro on each side. So I'll hang it up for you guys to see. So this is the final product of how the Fluorobox will look like with a diffuser on. Actually, this Fluorobox can be shifted from left to right, okay, and also up and down. I'll show you in a bit. So you can shift the Fluorobox to any angle of your preference. So if you like to tilt the Fluorobox, there's a knot on this side. Okay, loosen the knot. Okay, loosen it a bit, and the Fluorobox would tilt up and down. Okay, once you get your angle of preference, you can tighten the knot so that it will hold in place. There you go. So this package comes in 2 sets, which means you will get 2 Fluoroboxes and 8 bulbs. So this would be me if all 8 bulbs were turned on at the same time. So this is the full effect. 1 on my left, 1 on my right, 4 bulbs on each side. And yeah, this is how I look with the full lighting. So if you decide to create some mood and you want some shadow on one side, you can turn off 2 bulbs on one side so that you can create some shadow. So now I'll show you the effect with 2 bulbs turned off. Yeah, so you can see that this side grew a little darker. Yeah, but it's all depending on your own preference and the effect of photographs that you want to achieve. Of course, if you are a professional photographer or you would like to move on to the next level of photography, maybe you could head over to our website at bigbigstudio.com so that you can check out even more professional lighting of your preference. So we've come to the end of this tutorial video. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful and useful. So I'm Eunice from Onsmo and Big Studio, and thank you very much for watching.